Hey guys, so today I'm gonna share with you a story of how I ended up rejecting one of my dream roles at one of my dream companies, Apple. Here's how the story goes, and it's gonna be unedited, so just uh, put it in the background if you want. It's gonna be like kind of like a visual podcast. So here's the story, right? I was working as a lead designer at Media Monks around 4 years ago, so in 2019. And Apple reached out for an interview for an art director role at Apple. Now, you know how big companies are, and if you don't, the hiring process can be really long, really, really long. So, you know, I had the interview, some time went by, and then I committed to a relationship with my now wife. And we started dreaming of a family life in Argentina, right? Those were my goals, and my priorities started to change, started to shift, and I wasn't that much focused on getting great experiences for great Fortune 500 companies, leading teams, and helping them scale and all that stuff. I did enjoy mentoring others while being a lead designer at Media Monks, and seeing my friends and coworkers grow, right, in the roles, and being like also being in charge of promoting, right, the people that I have had been mentoring. So I enjoyed that process so much that I thought, I wanna do this full time. I wanna mentor others. I've always had and this is like a segue, but I always had this passion to teach what I know and help others achieve what I have been able to achieve. I don't know why, but this is something I'm always passionate about. And I've been passionate about that since I was 15, doing music, like teaching music, because I was a musician after being a designer. Anyways, going back to the story, right? I was I wanted to pursue a business, being my own boss, and being a business owner, specifically in the area of mentoring other designers to reach their highest potential, like I'm doing now. When I got into this relationship with my now wife, things started to change for me, and now my financial goals were higher because I was thinking of a family, thinking of a lifestyle of being able to choose when and how much to work, where to work, right? Be able to be close to my family, and spend as much time as I need with them, and really enjoy a tranquil lifestyle, right? And I knew I wouldn't be able to do that working full-time as a lead designer at MediaMonks, because the stakes are high. You have to lead the team, and it just takes a lot of time, and it's a lot of pressure as well, even though it's like great pressure, and I grew a lot in that year and 3 months. But um, it wasn't suited for the new type of values and priorities that I had now, these new priorities. So I ended up quitting my full-time job at MediaMonks, and my income tripled while working part-time, which was amazing for me. I was able to save up money. We were able to buy stuff, buy a car, buy things that we needed and wanted to be able to enjoy this lifestyle that we dreamt of. And at the same time, I really enjoyed the flexibility that it gave me to be able to work part-time and have half of my day free, right? And because I was working from home, that free time I was already being able to spend it with my wife, my little kid. At the time, we didn't had a kid, but very soon, like half a year after quitting, we married with my now wife. And then COVID hit, and then we were stuck at home. But again, like we were married, we were together, and we were able to enjoy that time together. My mind honestly decompressed from high demands of my previous role. I also picked a small agency with small to medium size companies. So I didn't want to pursue this like 500 like Fortune 500 companies type of projects, because I knew it like the stakes were high, the demands were high, and so my mind was decompressed and I was able to be more present for my family and really enjoy life, honestly. And so, like I said, I got married during just before the COVID lockdown, and just as we arrived from our honeymoon, 1 week later, COVID hit and we were stuck at home. So great timing, honestly, and I think that was God to that was arranging, the pieces together of our puzzle. But anyways, um, when after this happened and COVID hit, and some time went by, of course they weren't able to hire, right? Apple wasn't able to hire during COVID and bring us to the US, so that was postponed. And but some time went by and they reached out again. This time they were more serious and they were talking about the possibility of working remotely. So that was like, wow. I At the time I had already kind of said, I wouldn't move forward with it because we had considered moving to the US, and again, we wanted a lifestyle being close to our families, and because that's one of our priorities, right? If not the main one. And so I didn't want to, give that freedom of being close to my family and friends. But then when Apple reached out again for a full-time role, being like working remotely, that was like very difficult to think about, because now the possibility of being close to my family was there. It was just a matter of like, did I want to work with them or not, right? There was no real like problems outside of that. But again, after thinking about it, my wife was very supportive, and she, of course, she would support me even like going to the U.S. But I had a background in business management, and being my own boss and having the freedom to create a good work-life balance have been always in the back of my mind since day one of my career. So I spent a lot of time working at agencies to be able to have the confidence that I needed to make it again as a freelancer, but this time with the confidence that I knew the value that I had, right? But now I already had some freedom, right, of being able to work part-time as a designer, part-time on my business. And I wasn't really willing anymore to build other businesses' dreams. I wanted to build my own dream. I wanted to build BONT, right? And so my priority was both family, right? Being able to be close to my family. So that's why we didn't decide to move to the US. But then when Apple reached out again to offer a remote position, I was still not willing to take that position because I wanted to build BONT, my own business. And so, needless to say, right, I was super honored that Apple would reach out to me. I am a huge fan of Apple. I use their products. I have an Apple MacBook, and I do believe that this is an amazing company to work with, right? With a great mission, and they have like one of the most superb tastes for design, in my opinion, right? In the industry, and they're leading in design. It's a leading design company, right? So they have design at their core value, and I do love that. And to me, it was like a huge honor for someone from Argentina, right? A third world country that you would call, a third world country, which, by the way, I don't know what the terms means, or how do you evaluate what's third world and first world, right? But anyways, you know what I mean, right? Like, I come from a family that, family of doctors, nothing to do with design. So to me, to be able to get to a point where Apple would reach out to me several times to and even offer me to be able to work remotely, it was a huge honor, and it was very difficult for me to say no. But again, my priority was the lifestyle that we had, um, building my own business and not other people's businesses anymore. And sometimes I have days where I have to pinch myself because I'm so thankful for what everything God has given me. Like, I work from home, being my own boss, doing what I love, which is mentoring web designers. I have a wife and a little girl, and I live close to and enjoy spending time with our friends and family. And so to me, this is my definition of success. I don't need $1 million. I don't need to be an art director at Mac or Apple. To me, I'm already a millionaire in many other, in my opinion, more important ways. And I think being successful is not about certain achievements or certain accolades or certain numbers. It's more about knowing what's important to you and being successful in achieving exactly that. So I want to leave you with this question, right? What is your definition of success? Are you buying into a definition of success that other people or the industry has imposed on you, or are you living up to your own dreams and your own goals, right? And if you're like me and you're freelancing to be mentally and physically present for your friends and family, right? Be your own boss and have a more creatively challenging career. I want to encourage you to not lose hope. Time is the most valuable thing everyone is given to because we cannot get it back. And so I feel truly blessed to be able to be close to my wife and kid and spend so much quality time together and with our loved ones. And because I value these things so much, I'm super passionate about helping others achieve the same things I have achieved in less than 7 years, like it took me. And that's why I created the Web Design Masterclass to help freelance web designers who are struggling to make their freelance business a sustainable one and scale their rates faster so they can have more, a financially peaceful career, while helping them also learn advanced web design skills and techniques to improve their services and work on more challenging projects. So if you're interested in joining the BONT Club, click in the link below to apply. If you're a fit, I'm gonna send you a link so you can schedule a call with me, and we're gonna chat together one-to-one and decide if it's the right, if it's really the right thing for you to to move forward in your career, and if it's the right time for you to join. Okay, so check the link below. If you resonate with what I just said and you're not ready to to apply to join the BONT Club, right? I want to leave you with this business playlist because I talk with many designers both inside my program and outside, and one common denominator, and it was my thinking as well, is that they think design is where it is. Like, if they could only get to an advanced level in web design, everything would be solved, right? They would be able to have a freelance career, have it a sustainable one. And I used to think that way, but I realized that's not the case, and you need to learn business skills to be able to monetize your skills, your design skills. So if you're not ready to join the BONT Club, I understand. I'm gonna leave you with a business playlist here that it's free stuff that I post on YouTube. I encourage you pay attention to that business playlist because that's where the magic is. And then you can always, if once you have profit in your business, in your freelance business, and you're not stressed, you can pick your clients and stuff like that, then you can have the bandwidth to focus on improving your services. But if you're not having enough profit, if you're struggling with that, if you're stressed out, overworking yourself, then it's going to be very difficult for you to, like, focusing on design skills is not going to make a difference in your business and in the results that you're getting. So that's it for today, guys. See you in the next one, and check out this playlist next.